everybody. Most of you already know me. If I put in a new title in there, if I put in a new information out there, and especially this title is attracting you, I want to say that if this title attracting you, there is a reasons for it, and um, I've been working on this for quite a while, I would say, until I understand what is that next stage of this is. But before I getting in there for it, whatever I'm going to tell you, I wrote it down. I give you this term, soul symbiosis, in there. Hopefully, within time, this term is not going to be misused, abused, and so on and so on for it because it's something precious. Okay, when we're talking about this guy's stuff here, please take what you resonate with you, because if you're not ready to understand this for it, probably is not for you. But if you are here and you are at that stage that you are ready to understanding this, um, please take it to the next level. Okay, I'm going to be doing some more videos about this because this is just a beginning of something huge. I'm not talking about just for it, because this is soul symbiosis process in there is a bait of the awakening and the wisdom that you have within you, that you're going to be using it within yourself within a journey. A lot of the people struggling with this, they begin to awaken, but they don't have the wisdom. They're looking for the knowledge, they're looking at for the situations, and they're looking for the learning. The learning, it's your database of how you to navigate this symbiosis. First of all, on a personal level within yourself. Second of all, it is between once you get in it, is between the soul and your mind in your body, and you reach that full embodiment of the soul. In there, the choices that you're going to be making, the processes, they're going to be determined by your individual choice. Let me explain a little bit about this individual choice in there. Talking about the individuality choice is going to be determined by you looking at the two opposite sides and see what is the best to do of the directions. What did you did? What did you did not? And what could have done better? The path of the what could have done better, okay, is going to be that part of the symbiosis within a soul that's going to comes in within you to give you some truth to you guys. Your symbiosis of your parents, that is what they give you as a learning process through the informations within you as a patterns and energies and so on and so on. But when you get these unifications within yourself, you become the one. The oneness you begin to experiencing on your own. Then, once you begin to that oneness within you, you're going to be practice it with others. And then it's triggering the process, which is called mutuality. Okay, the mutuality can be leading to three different outcomes. Okay, they're actually more, and there is more reasons about it. I'm going to be going at the deep, and I'm going to be make some videos, because I know this is important. First of all, it's important to us, me and Paulina. It's important in there to understanding this new navigation processes, but that is going to be helping out in the all the communities. We're talking about the spiritual communities, the twin flame communities, the soulmates communities, and however your term is, because this actually is something big. Okay, you might not see it, you might not liking it, you might not gonna understand it. Maybe it's too much over your head for it. Don't ask me how I feel about that, because it took me quite a while, but I had to get it off my chest. So talking about that, the evolution is gonna comes in. It's gonna be telling you the things what you're going to be required to do. As a your process of awakening, you feel it the push. It's the same thing you're feeling the push when you become as a soulmate, twin flame, or you end up in a soul connections in there. And you are working with that energies, but on the base of what? Most of you working at that, what is it for me? That is the old pattern, the very low pattern in there. Also, that is known as a parasitic stability, because you have that pattern of close your mouth, look at it in there. You have to be survival. You have to keep the relationship when the relationship is bad as it could have been. Okay, we're talking about this is the one of the one side of the relationships in there. It is so bad that affects the other. But if you look at it within yourself, you also have um, that stability of like, okay, I'm bad as in this bad, but I'm okay with being a bad. But the evolution is going to ask you, what can you be better within? And this is how you actually become to unify the soul and the body. Your embodiment of the soul, it's beginning to be as a process is there, because your life and that parasitic mode, it is based out of survival. Okay, I need to survive. That is it, the lower realm. And you might find out that sometimes you end up in a situations that you actually eat yourself out, which is you self parasite to yourself in there, because you're suppressing yourself, you are self sabotaging, or however that by case it might be for it. This is a one part most of you are experiencing when you pay attention fully in the material world, or you are shifting so much within the spiritual realm that you abandon the material world, and there is not mutuality in there. You are going from the one place of to the other. You never took a time to understand what the symbiosis is. Well, the symbiosis is like, okay, this is the good, this is the bad, and okay, what can I do better? What can I do better? I see that I did good, but it wasn't good enough. I see the bad stuff, so I see this portion of bad. I put it in process to evolve, and I see what I good I did, but I didn't good enough, and I'm putting it together, and I symbiosing it from within me, and then you keep it and evolve. That was going to lead you to the next stage, which is the next stage higher for it, which is that is a number two. I posted that information is in the video and there below. Talking about the there is this commensal, I think so, which is called stability, which is that commensal stability. First of all, comes to you. Okay, you need to first to understand everything before you do with others, do it in you. Okay, for it, I'm not suggesting you to do some experiments. I'm suggesting you to look deep inside of you and understanding the process of symbiosis that it's coming in within yourself. For it, this is it of those processes internally inside of you that you are like, okay, um, I'm gonna be doing good, 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 but I'm just gonna leave the bad side underneath the rug. So the one side of you, it takes that benefits, you're still evolving, but the other side, it stays neutral and it's not harmed, it is not in there, and you're just living within on the one side. It's the same principle is applied when you are within the connection or you're in the relationship with another person. And here is that you shove at your bad side in there, you shows up at the good side, you're getting into the relationship, and then that relationship eventually brings that side out of you. Okay, eventually, but it's the same thing with the other person because you're attracting what you're attracting in there. The part of you to understanding currently right now, especially of this introduction video in there for it, um, that is about the mutuality. That is the mutualistic stability in there. that is leading to a mutual stable relationships in there, that it's a based out of this mutual learning, okay, where the both individuals mutually work on the both their sides. They symbiose within them with the symbiose with the another person. Okay, that is a one of this stability first comes in within the one person, within the other, and then that is matching. Okay, this is like you bring those four corners of a one pyramid very in the top, and you symbiose everything that it's there. You both working it in there, and that leading into you become one within yourself. Because guess what? You are not hiding the one, you're not using the one, you're not abusing the other, you're not on this parasitic mode, you're not just only you evolve, but the other side doesn't evolve. You are mutually going together and you evolve in there. Excuse me. You go in there, and then with others who is also one as that symbiosis process, you continue mutually to evolve. Now, this is the path of symbiosis you're going to be following. You try to get away from this in there. It's nothing. Nothing's going to work in there. You're going to be pushed for this because the evolutions is going to comes in. It's kind of like a required you, because we are built to evolve. We are not built to do the evolving, which is that's what the situation currently in the earth kind of like a process is going on in there. So with that symbiosis, you're going to find a lot of positiveness sides inside of it within. If you have to talk particularly within the soul connections, and talking to you more about the medical terms is in there. That is actually they're going to find out in a few years from now. Talking about the mirroring neurons, the consciousness shift that it comes in. That is going to be this electromagnetic symbiosis between the people, and that electromagnetic symbiosis that is created from the gravity of the two people when they're exchanging the consciousness in there. It's medically approved, but right now they didn't understand what is the reasons for it. And the reasons this is to happen is the symbiosis. Because the symbiosis, the two consciousness in there, when they come and working with another one person, they begin to create one of those three scenarios. You're going to be a parasitic, or the one is going to be a parasitic. You're going to be have this, I'm not worried about this person, or you're going to be evolved. But the third side of when you both evolve and so on, in there and so on, then you're understanding the purpose of this is in there. And when you're understanding all those purposes within, you will understand that the symbiosis was actually encoded within you coming in from a mother nature. You're going to be looking at the relationship within the symbiosis that it's existing in the mother nature and put it down within yourself. And guess what else is going to find out? You have all those three relationships within your body. You have a parasites in there. You have a neutral stuff that you can eat certain things, but you not even get fat. You don't get anything. You just the food. You just things that it consuming in there. While a certain portion of your body gets the benefits, but certain bodies, there is nothing is in there. While if you take what the consuming what your body needs, which is need all the proper chemistry in there for all your hormones to be available, then your body receives everything because he gets everything that it's needed. And of that situations, you're going to begin even to evolve even higher, because that connections is going to be leading you to understanding you are one within the mother nature, the universe, the energies, and so on. You're going to understand the purpose of one. But one board doesn't make a spring. It's required two. two forces are required to create a movement, not just one. And when you're understanding that that every force has its opposite in there, and some of the relationships, specifically, we're talking about the some of these evolutions is in there. There is going to be some parts of this mutual stability that at some point maybe the relationship is going to lead to this divergency in there. But if they are unifying in there, they basically is going to be learn all the process that it's there because he has no end. Okay, depends on for what kind of term and understanding about divergences you have inside of you. For it, and the mathematics, there's a mathematical equations that has no end. But when we talking about the different scenarios, which is we are going to be talking about in the near future here, because I've been working on this for quite a while, guys. For it, you need to understand that this is going to help you, because there's as I said, there is going to be a lot of scenarios. There's going to be a lot of things, but this word, soul symbiosis, is going to be coming out and popping out quite a bit right now. Okay, and as I said, please. My wish is not to be abused term, not to be used at everything else, but you need to respect that, because this is a something that is more sacred than you can imagine for it. Okay, this is a very sacred symbiosis. Okay, even though that technologies are trying to understanding even how the human mind works and so on, even that they were created the interface between the human brain and the computers and so on. For it, it is about to understand that there is a principles of the symbiosis in there. And some of those principles should not be crossed. Once they are crossed, the symbiosis, it's not going to happen. And then the symbiosis is not working, and then the degradation is going. Okay. And while you're striving for that, becoming one within yourself, for it, it is about your personal ability, capabilities in understanding to be a symbiosis within yourself. It's nobody else's responsibility in that case. But that new level of understanding is going to help you to resolve your emotional, your psychological, your energies level in there. But it's going to simplify. I repeat that: simplified the learnings for it within you, because you are working with two of the main things in there. Okay, that is awareness and wisdom. The awareness and the wisdom is going to be creating the choices. You're going to repeat the choices from before, or you're going to reevaluate the positive and negative choices and create the third choice. You're becoming a creator. That's the part of the symbiosis, because it's leading to something new. It's the same thing. Your parents created you. You become the something new. That is the strength and the power of the symbiosis. And the symbiosis created something new. Okay, but if you are dragging it to these parasitic energies within the new symbiosis, you create a new parasite. But if you are creating something that is brilliant in there within the divine, within the connections, with connecting to the mother nature, with care about the nature, with care what's going on earth, with care what is going on within yourself and another person, then the symbiosis is becoming to be in its highest form of success. Then I believe that the humanity is going to be evolving and succeed much more faster by understanding this process of cell symbiosis. Because right now the soul was kind of like put out of the way in there. But when you reach that understanding and awareness and the wisdom from the soul for it, then you begin to have that oneness with all. In the real world, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel not only these energies for it, but you're going to feel complete. All right, so this is what I have for right now for you guys. Now I'm going to take some of your questions, and I appreciate it, guys, your questions. Karen, hi, happy birthday to you. So you guys know when it's happy birthday, I can sing for you. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo! You guys can fill up the chat with birthday messages in there for it. So, what is the difference within the union in yourself or the union of twins? Is a lot for it. Let me explain. The union within you is still not going to be incomplete because if, for example, for certain portions, certain choices, certain things, certain situations, certain thought patterns in there for it, you need to look at it, those patterns, those situations, those processes in there. What kind of relationship and stability you have within you? Okay, you have this parasitic stability, like you know what? This is the things I don't like. I don't want it, and there's a parasitic side. But on the other side is like I want to have this, but you don't look at it. Why you don't like this parasitic ways? What is that actually within you in there? Why you don't want to act like that when that program is within you? Whatever your situations is in there. Maybe you can just make a one choice without understanding the other, because sometimes you maybe have to be understanding what is this the purpose, because in the universe one eats another. You also have a parasitic things. You eat animals, you eat food, you eat vegetables. Okay, come on. But if you take a look at it, the animals and the fruits, they are what? They are consuming the ground, the soils, the minerals. They are converted to food for you. So if you're talking about within this, you take a look at it, the natures, you're going to be looking from within yourself. And then when you have this mutuality and you're understanding this process, that you are part of all these processes in there from within you, that energy, that understanding and the peace in there, you are in synchron. You're going to feel the synchron that the fruits are coming to you so you can consume it. Okay, the fish in there is to consume it. The cow is happy when you take the milk. Okay, so this is what we are talking about personally in there. While the union with the personal union, and then when you become as one, and then you have as everyone wants to have this union with their twin. That is a when you see those both sides. Okay, for example, I'm gonna be very strict in there. Hi, baby. Hi, darling. Glad to have you here. You're gonna be finding these pressures of like, I need to do something, but I have the two options. My question is why do I have these options in the first place? Those are the two parts of the evolutions that it's in there within you. All right. And you're going to see those options. You're going to see these situations, but those options, they are available to your soul connections, to your twin. Now, your soul connection or you can have those three choices. Either is like, you know what, it's your business. I'm not dealing with this. You really have to do it. If that's a personal thing, you really have to do it. Then, yeah, the person have to do in themselves. If it's my personal issue, I need to deal with it. Right? Okay. But if it's a mutual issue with your twin, you both look at it. You both look at it. The positive and the negative side is, okay, what did we did wrong that we are not in a place that I need to be? And what do we did right but we kind of like not completed yet. Did you get it? There is this incredible power of this symbiosis that it comes in and pulls in. She doesn't shame you, she doesn't judge you, she doesn't guilt you, she doesn't does anything in there. So is your twin supposed to not do this? But if they do that, for example, they're just taking advantage out of you, they're acting as a parasitic. If you, for example, you give them and they're growing, but you're not growing, then guess what? You're in this commensal stability in there. You're still, doing the things, but right. But in the symbiosis, within the mutualistic stabilities in there, is when the bolt is like, aha. There is little things here that needs to be taken out. And we are going to be looking at what it needs to be taken out. And there is here things that we did it, but we did not did it the full way. Then we need to do more. So now you have the two ingredients. You mix them. And you're going up. But when you go up, you're going to have less of these ingredients to deal with the next time. So the difference of these unions in there and the symbiosis is that the symbiosis brings the peace, internal situations, and everything that comes within, because it's involving conscious choices, and it doesn't suppress anything. The other two stages, they are suppressing, because the one suppressing themselves, which is they stay neutral, while the other one grows. The other one, the parasitic choice, that is the one sucks the other and becomes what he is. So there is a based out of the survival mode in there, because the parasite has to constantly suck something, get something, or be something, so it can survive. And there, but when you're understanding all those three can bring you up into the symbiosis, where you gonna be part of this oneness, because you're gonna be using all those three to understand on what level you need to evolve with this. There. So the difference within the union of between you and the union of twins, to finish it with this, is that when the both individuals seeing this and they choose to symbioze, to understand the deepness within, and that symbiosis, when it comes in, it's greater, because it creates and unifies the both. If you have to be more within those energies, it's more about like unifying both the feminine masculine perspectives in there, for the positive, the negative, and all this duality is in there. But that is a now creating this new solution, I would say, for this. So hopefully that kind of like answer your question. Darling, in my opinion, there is a very important time of transitions after you reach out in your union. You're ready for union with others. Happy birthday, Karen. All right. I mean the difference between union or symbiosis. Union, it is, for example, number two. I can take all of the three examples right now for you, Karen. Hopefully, you get it. You see, that is the parasitic union in there between this relationship between the parasite um, and the victim, I would say, in that case scenario. That is when they're living mutually isn't there. In a one way, you can take it, for example, the parasites, the leeches, they took the blood out of you for medical purposes, right in there. But if there's so many of them for it, then guess what? You're gonna have issues with this for it. While the unifications, the union that you're going on within yourself, it is about that you're learning what they're doing, you're understanding their purposes in there, and you feeding mutually the leeches in there, but you're also helping yourself. You're coexisting it within this for it. Another side of this union and symbiosis is that you can be unified with someone in the physical realm, but it doesn't have this symbiosis readiness in there. You're only there for the survival mode. And when there is the survival mode, usually the one or the other does in their own expense in there for it. So there is no actually fulfilled part of the union. While the union, it's to embody the soul from within. The symbiosis is just uh, it comes in like a solution for the union. The purpose of the union is the symbiosis, because the symbiosis, it takes you over, moves you up, gets you high of understanding for it. Why you have to fight for the unions? Why you have to do this union within yourself? What is it? The purpose for it? As if the roots of the inner union are not strong enough, you may fail into the old ways. Once you get together, prematurely, like the unified field, maybe at some time become a weaker in some point. Yes, you fell off because that's way the energies are coming down. And those energies in there, they can, as I said, they're going to bring it down into the stages for it. You're going to be turning into, or the one person is going to be turning to a parasite eventually at some point if you go so much down. But if you're understanding the purposes is in there, you're not going to allow yourself down. You feel this symbiosis becomes your concrete base. Once you feel it, that the symbiosis is a process in there within us, within you, within the soul, and so on, you're going to have this concrete base stability in there, because you're like, okay, I am myself within this help and evolving, because the part of this symbiosis is because they're mutually evolve. They see all this. They see all the debacles. They see all the problems. They see when the one it's not doing anything and the one does a lot. They see it if the one is acting as a parasite and so on. They see all this. Is nothing is hidden, because the symbiosis shows up what it needs to be worked on it. And when you listen to the symbiosis is going to be ready. You're now fully ready for fully symbiosis. You see, this is symbiosis is the next stage of union, and so much deeper and higher level, and it's so much information within this that it's coming for it. But just guys, be patient. I'm working on it. I'm really working on it, and Paulina knows in there. I want to say thank you personally to Paulina, because she's understanding my processes in there, but it also helped me to do this, because we are working this out. We are seeing it. Okay, just guys, so you know. All right, Eddie, it's like Jojo today. I'm here and there, and I see it. I see also what I want to be, the voice for those who can speak for themselves. Yes, you're going to see here and there, and you want to be the voice, which is that is the solutions, Eddie. Welcome here, and that's what symbiosis is. And you're going to have to choose to decide what you're going to do personally within yourself, why you're not where you are, what kind of job you have not done in there, what kind of things you have not been doing it within this. At the same time, you see the site, because part of that site is sees you are like that, or some portion of something within you sees that, because when you see it, you recognize it. Why you recognize it? Because you know it. It's maybe underneath the rock, you maybe shove it somewhere. It's like, I'm not like this, and so on, so on. But you got that base of learnings isn't there. And in the base of that learnings, you get in it. The more learning you get from there, if you didn't learn a lot, you can make poor choices. If you do good, you're going to make some good choices, isn't there? And the choices is determined. You're going to be acting as a parasitic, as a neutral, or you're going to be going up there to getting into. So if you feel like this for it, um, speak for yourself. Don't worry about the others, because the others have to learn this process within themselves for it. So if you feel like you have to speak though, which is another issues isn't there, that's mean you have to find this balance within yourself that includes both. So basically you can speak out there and say the voice about things that other people don't want to talk about it. And that way you're gonna have this inner peace that you've done it, but you made that mutual agreement with yourself and the base of the choices of that mutuality. And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, that was so good. Okay? I wish you good luck with that. Hi, Andrea. Spirit, you're welcome, Karen. Hopefully it makes sense. And the new phone is still trying to wrap my head around. We all try to get for it, but I had to let it go out of my system for it. So you need to aware of how the symbiosis is between you and your twin to become a healthy union. Depends of the version of learning of what the healthy union is. Okay. For some of you, you are ready to go and to do everything, whatever your twin flame demand. This could be leading to toxic relationships, which is it's going to be shows up as this parasitic form of stability. Yeah, I'm with my twin. I know he's got problems, drugs, or some phobias or whatever it is. But just because I feel he's my twin, I'll stay with it. So here is a parasitic union, and for example, to it. Is that a health union? No, it's not. Is that a health union if the one person just takes the informations from the other and they're out there and they're doing all this instead of them doing it together? The one person it stays in the shadow, the other person goes up, gets more advanced, and so on. Is that a healthy union, though? You already know the answer is no. Even though there is no harm, there is no this and so on and there. What the healthy union is the mutualism, is the process within the symbiosis in there. That is the part when you two are really not joking, not understanding, not really. And then that's what you call it healthy, because that union, it is about the mutuality to evolve. You see, the mutuality is evolving, which is that's what symbiosis is, the mutualism. So yeah, you need to be aware of where you're standing, of your journey as a twin flame. Okay, because to some, as I said, some people they think that their twin flame is this person, and they're just on that. Really, I mean, that person doesn't want to have nothing to do with them, right? But you are like, I'm not looking for anything. I'm not want to do anything, and so on. And you're acting as a self parasite to yourself. You see, you guys, this symbiosis, it shows up everything in a so simple way. But once you get it, and once you get it, the things is is in there for it. I do understand that process. We talk about it and it makes sense. Yes, those. Wow, Diamond B. Glad to see you here. Hopefully everything is okay. Long time I haven't heard from you. Uh, Hopefully you and Divino is doing fine. I'm really, really happy to see you here. CF, Brother Rich, glad to see you here too as well in there. And darling, I cannot see. It's not a not healthy, unhealthy union. It's more about different levels of union. Some where the 3D union takes over the priority, other parts of connection maybe not developed properly. There you go. See here, personal part of symbiosis is in there. Some of them maybe not developed properly. What is development? The higher level of development. You know the keyword, symbiosis. That's mutualism of growth. Personally in a one way, and personals with the others in there. And maybe not developed properly. But when you look at it, what did they not develop properly is going to lead into one of those three things for it. And for some people, as I said, it depends of their learnings and their awareness and understanding. I mean, some people, they're so much focused within their level of I'm sure I'm this and so on and so on, and the evolution just staring at you and is like, when are you going to be evolved from this? When are you going to be moved for this? When are you going to be getting it in there? And so on and so on from it. But this is the good point because I can see her points in there. Okay, I can see it. We can see some of those choices, some of those energies, and even though that we look at it within ourselves, okay, what else do we have to check marks so we can finally would be in that mutualistic stability? We know that, we feel it, we understand it for it, and this is what coming out. And I'm so happy that is she's been, I don't want to say challenging me. She's been supporting me this journey of understanding, and as we talking about it more for it, I see that we are both evolve as a something advanced and there, and I have to get it out for, and this is why I'm making the video right now. So baby, thank you. I'm gonna be a melted cheese in a little bit. Hi Eva, thank you for coming in. I will Google the word symbiosis. Yes, I will suggest you guys go study the symbiosis. You're gonna find out more and more stuff within the symbiosis in there. But when you look at it, the symbiosis, you're also gonna be looking at it from within. The soul is gonna call you to look at it within, because the soul is gonna say, "Hey, you're not fully embodying this body in there. You're not fully looking at this process. You're not fully looking at into the mental to unify it with the energies and so on, so on, so on. What is your relationships in there? So you can symbioze it, because you have to put everything together. That's what the purpose of the union is, to unify all those within. I hope you guys get it. I'm trying to explain something profound, complicated, in a simple words. And this translations hopefully is doing its work for it, because there was a lot of terms. There is a lot of medical research that I went to, even especially today, for it, because they went and they made medical psychology examinations about this. You guys gonna go study medicine with me? So you guys, I trying to put this little bit more, keep it short and simple, as in there. But that's what they said. We have to give these informations out. And Mike, thank you, dear. You're welcome, Mike. Glad to see you here. Thank you, baby, for the hearts. We are guinea pigs. Connection clearly asks to dig deeper. 3D union is just a part of this experience. Evolution protects the mutual growth, but it's the voice is real, gentle. Exactly. Do you know the symbiosis and that energies of evolutions is in there? It's gonna be very gentle. I can tell you where you feel that energy the very first time. That was your connections with your mother in the womb while you were growing from this small cell in there. That's when you felt it the very first time. When you begin to develop your organs, when you develop your first neurons. That's when you felt that gentleness in there. Okay? But then while your brain comes in to be developing there, you have this energies connections, talks with your mother through the nerve systems is in there. Now that's how you're getting informations that it's you to download, you understanding this for it. But the evolution is going to be exactly like that, gentle connections inside. We're not more different than anything that exists in the natures, guys. You're gonna finding that out. Our behavior patterns, it is gonna be described in the symbiosis. We know that informations. That's how it goes. We are part of this. We are that symbiosis process, isn't there? But the more you're aware of and the more you awaken within your soul and understanding your path here in the world, the more you are going to be understanding. It's kind of like, let me put it that way. If you haven't watched Avatar, not the little guy, the animation movie, but the Avatar, the movie, where was it they'll advance with the nature, even though that some of the animals they were acting parasitic. But there was a point of this symbiosis that was existing within the oneness within them. That all they protected their world. That's the power of the symbiosis. We are going to be choosing to evolve to this or degrade and destroy ourselves. But that's going to be a choices. We have a poor learning of what we really are. And if we have poor learning of what we are, we're not evolved, then we're going to make poor choices. We're making poor choices. The poor choices is going to leading to that self path, to destruction, or they're going to be leading into the path of evolution. We have to choose. But first, personally, you're going to have to be aware of and awaken and choose. So that's all I have for you guys, because I also have to do astrogravitational report. But I want to say, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have some any questions and so on, which is I know you probably will for it, please post the comments below. And I'm gonna be coming out pretty soon with another title or something. I'm gonna be giving you more stuff into the details in there, and because all those three stages, those three main stages in there, they have substages. Okay, and if you go a little bit deeper, they also have some a little bit another additional informations this in there that it's attached to it. But when you see on what level you're lacking, you also see what you need to improve. Improve that, you're going to improve the next one. You improve one, the next one. It's like a steps. You're going up. You're going to be tied up to the religions as the Jacob's ladder. Okay, but as you going up, you're also going down, but then it's going up again because you use the one side of the other. But now you're choosing to symbiosis because you're bringing using the both energies within yourself. You're gonna like this symbiosis when you put it in the perspective within you. I hope that's gonna help on a lot of people in the future to come for a better world, guys. That is my hope. Okay, guys. Be love and come back the next time I'll be making a video here. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and watching, and questions and comments and so on. I'll see you next time. Let me give you the gifts. Here we go, guys. Be at peace.